Hello everyone, my name is Grain. I'm a main spec Retribution Paladin on the US Tenaris server. You can just call me Wes. And I'm here to do a little tutorial on how to use the popular add-on Pallypower. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I have a lot of friends and guildies and such that have actually complained that this add-on is too confusing to use. And so, I figured I might as well just make a little video showing how to use it. So, when you first install the add-on, all you're going to see is this little dot in the center of your screen. That's all you're going to get. And looking at the tooltip, it says if you left click, you can change it to a draggable or locked. And if it's green, you can drag it around, put it wherever you want. And if it's red, you can't move it. It's stuck. So, and then when you right click it, this little box will come up. Now this is how basically, this is everything the add-on is. This is your buff assignment interface. And I'm going to get into a battleground a little bit later and show you guys, hopefully, if there's other paladins that have this add-on. There's going to be a list of all the paladins in the raid right here, and it actually lists right here all the improved buffs or whatever they have. Like it shows 5+2 next to the little might icon, which means that I actually have 2 points in the talent improved might, and a 7+1 here, which means that I have rank 7 retribution aura plus 1 point in improved retribution. So that's just kind of nice if you're doing assignments for your raid, that you can tell which paladins have improved if you don't already know that. Or, I mean, for pugs, etc. Anyway, this right here, this is how, this row right here is how you assign which paladin does which buff. So if I want to give the warriors might, I click, and it will scroll through all the available buffs. Like if I had sanctuary, that would be the third one it would show, but I'm ret, so I don't. And a nice little thing about this actually is it won't let you give the warriors or the death knights wisdom, which is just genius, but whatever. Anyway, but let's just say for whatever reason I'm assigned to buffing the paladin's wisdom, which shouldn't happen because I don't have improved wisdom, but you never know. So I click until I see the wisdom, and it's the first one, and then I hit refresh. And then you can close out of the window, and then this appears wherever I put the dot. And right here, what it shows here is my class, and it will be one of 3 colors. It will either be red, green, or yellow. And I'll show you yellow later in the battleground, hopefully. But right now, all I have to worry about is red and green. What red means is that all of that class are currently in range, and none of them have the buff that you want to assign. Like all paladins in my raid, which would just be me, are in range of me, and none of them have wisdom. So, you can do one of 2 things. You can right click, and what that does is it gives me the regular buff, as you can see here, 10 minutes. Or you can left click, and that will give you the full 30-minute buff. And it's got a counter right here that shows you how much time is left. And it will do that for every single class and in your entire raid. And I'll show you a little bit later, but it will list the classes down here, and then if you scroll over the class, it will show all the players of that class right here. And what's really neat is if somebody dies and gets battle resed or something, you can find their name and just right click on it, and then that will give them just the 10-minute buff to get them through to the end of the fight. Or, I mean, you can just, if you don't have time to find them, you just scroll to the class, left click again, and it will give them another greater, and they'll be fine. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to see if I can't hop into a battleground here pretty soon and show you yellow. Alright, so here I am in a little Isle of Conquest here. And I'm in the battleground to show you guys what it looks like when there's another paladin or 2 or whatever in the raid that have the add-on Pallypower, or ZOMG buffs, because that interfaces with it. As you can see here, here I am. And then here's 2 other paladins in the raid that have some sort of buffing add-on that interfaces with Pallypower, or they just straight up have Pallypower. As you can see here, it shows this person has improved concentration aura. This guy looks like to be ret as well because he has improved might and improved retribution aura. And that's it. That lists the other paladins. As you can see here, you see all the people in the raid listed here, all the classes. And as you can see, we don't have any mages. So say I want to give just everybody kings because it's a battleground, and everybody oh, I can't give kings because Mr. Eladin from Kel'Thuzad just set everything to kings, and it won't let you do the same buff twice. So I'm just going to go through and do everything except for mages because we already have mages. Now, hit refresh just to make sure everything's good. Close out of that, and now you look over here and there's a bunch of different colors. As I said earlier, the red color means that everybody's in range. As you can see, the little green R means everybody's in range and nobody has it. So I'm going to left click, and now everybody has it. It shows a timer for each individual person like I was talking about earlier. Yellow means that some people are in range and some people don't have it, or some people are out of range. But I'm pretty sure everybody's inside, and so even if they're out of range, they still might get it. So I'm going to click on somebody in range, and sure enough, everybody got it anyway. But people will be out of range if they're not inside the instance or whatever, so you got to be careful about that in PvE. Now, when every single person of that class is either dead or out of range, it will go ahead and be green because there's nothing you can do. The add-on is always green when there's just simply nothing to be done. Like, if it'll be yellow if there are people in range that don't have the buff. It'll be yellow if some people have it and some people don't. But green is always good. Green means there's nothing you can do, and people either have the buff or they don't, but there's nothing you can do about it because they're out of range or dead, etc. Now in a raid, there's a couple of neat little features. You actually, if you are a raid leader or a raid assistant, Pallypower will give you the power to change other people's buffs. And I guess in Battlegrounds I can do whatever I want because it's letting me change these other people's buffs. Like, I'm saying Black Lily, I'm saying I want you to give kings to the rogues, or I want you to do whatever. There's only one buff left for most of these. And but that's kind of neat, is that if you have a paladin and you assign him as a raid assistant or the raid leader in a raid, they can mess with all the buffs, and then every person that has the add-on just hits refresh, and they'll automatically have their buff assignments. There's none of that stupid, yelling out in chat, okay, you do kings, I'll do might, I'll do sanctuary, blah blah blah, etc. Now, one really cool thing that Pallypower actually added, I think around when Wrath came out, if I recall, is that you can actually click on individual names. Say there's only like 2 paladins in the group, and you have 3 druids. I mean, this is hypothetical because there's a lot of paladins, but say there's 2 paladins in the group, and you have 3 druids. They all want kings, one wants might, and one wants wisdom. Well, what you can do is you can have one of the paladins do kings, and then say, I'm doing wisdom, but let's say Jagil here, he wants might. You can actually click on his name, and since I'm doing wisdom, and he doesn't want wisdom, he wants might, I go to my name, and then I can say might. Now, what that'll do is, actually it's a bad example because they're all out of range, it's kind of hard to do, but what it'll do is it will actually turn this blue, and what that means is you give everybody the greater buff, and then their name will still show up as blue instead of green or red, and then you right click on their name and it will give them the buff that you assigned right here. So that's how you get, it makes it super simple to give the entire class greater wisdom, greater kings, and then I can just find a guy who wants might, and I'll go click on him, my name, and say I want to give him might. And then I just right click his name over here, which he's out of range so I can't, but I right click his name right there, and he will be given regular might while everybody else will be given greater. I'm pretty sure that's about it. I mean, there's a little R assignment stuff here, but that's kind of silly. You don't really use that anyway. I don't even have mine showing up. The R assignments is supposed to show up above the red dot to the right, and I don't even have it there. I don't have it showing because I never use it. If you're the raid leader and you, for whatever reason, don't want to assign something to everybody, you can hit free assignment, and that means that everybody can choose whatever they want to do. If you're a raid leader and you have this and there's like 4 paladins or whatever, and one of them has sanctuary, it makes it super simple. You just hit auto assign, and the Pallypower decides which buffs to assign to which people based on what talents they have. And it just gets super simple, it's super easy. And it looks like I'm getting owned here by the Pro Elite other team because I wasn't paying attention to the battleground and showing you this add-on. But anyway, that's really it, guys. I mean, I hope this helped. In the future, I plan on doing a couple more guides. One for the CLC Ret add-on, which is right here, and another one for the whatchamacallit, the 969 rotation for prop pallies, because it seems like a lot of people don't know what that is either, and it's on elites jerks, it's pretty normal. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.